If you ever felt like antidepressants just don't work, you're not alone. Millions of people live with treatment-resistant depression, and that's why doctors have turned to two powerful options, ketamine and esketamine. But here's the problem. One is faster and often more effective, while the other is officially approved and easier to use. Today we'll compare ketamine and esketamine and their effectiveness, side effects, safety, and accessibility. So, which one shows the stronger evidence? Let's find out. Chapter 1. Approval and Regulation. Ketamine has been around for decades as an anesthetic. Since the early 2000s, it has also been used off-label for depression, meaning it hasn't been officially approved for this purpose by the FDA or European Medicines Agency EMA. Mechanism-wise, ketamine works as an NMDA receptor antagonist, boosting glutamate release in specific brain regions. That glutamate then activates the AMPA receptor, triggering a cascade that increases levels of BDNF, a growth factor that helps repair and create new neural connections. In short, ketamine modulates synaptic plasticity. You can think of ketamine as a drug made up of two parts. It's actually a mixture containing both R and S forms of the molecule. What this means is when you get ketamine treatments, you are getting both esketamine and R-ketamine. Esketamine is simply the S form and developed into a nasal spray by Johnson & Johnson and marketed as Spravato. It received FDA and EMA approval in 2019, but only when combined with antidepressants. In January 2025, however, the FDA expanded approval to allow esketamine as a monotherapy for treatment-resistant depression. So in fact, the comparison has already started. Esketamine is officially approved, ketamine is not. And that matters. Since esketamine is FDA and EMA approved, it's more accessible and often covered by insurance. Ketamine, on the other hand, remains off-label in depression and may not be covered by insurance in some countries. Chapter 2. Administration. How are they given? One key difference between ketamine and esketamine is how they are given. Ketamine is most commonly given intravenously, usually as an infusion lasting about 40 minutes. It can also be given intramuscularly, orally, sublingually, or intranasally. Recently, there has been growing interest in oral, sublingual, and intranasal ketamine prescribed through telemedicine, especially in the US. This should not be confused with Spravato, the esketamine nasal spray from Johnson & Johnson. Spravato is FDA approved only for in-clinic use under supervision and cannot be used at home. Because ketamine is often given intravenously, it has some advantages. Intravenous administration means more precise dosing and flexible adjustment, depending on how the patient responds. Also, intravenous ketamine has 100% bioavailability. Basically, your body gets the full dose. Esketamine, on the other hand, is given as a nasal spray. This makes administration simpler and more convenient, which can improve patient compliance. However, nasal sprays generally have lower bioavailability, meaning your body absorbs less of the drug compared to intravenous ketamine. Another limitation is dose and flexibility. Esketamine usually comes in fixed doses of 56 mg or 84 mg, so you can't fine-tune the dose like you can with intravenous ketamine. Chapter 3. Side effects. Side effect profiles also differ. Esketamine tends to have fewer dissociative and psychedelic effects compared to ketamine. This makes it feel safer and more tolerable for many patients. But don't forget, both treatments are generally considered safe and well tolerated under medical supervision. However, some clinicians point out that ketamine's stronger dissociative effects may actually contribute to its rapid antidepressant properties, which complicates the picture, though this remains a hypothesis and is still debated. Chapter 4. Efficacy. Which one works better? Studies suggest that intravenous ketamine is more potent and faster acting than intranasal esketamine. Ketamine often produces noticeable mood improvement within hours, while esketamine may take several sessions. But I must say that we really need more comparative research. Conclusion. So, which one wins? If we are talking raw effectiveness and speed, ketamine often comes out on top. but esketamine's approval, easier administration, and accessibility make it a more mainstream option in many clinics. In reality, both treatments have their place, and the best choice often depends on the healthcare system, insurance coverage, and the patient's tolerance and preferences. The science is still evolving, and we'll likely see many more studies in the coming years. If you love exploring how the mind works and staying up to date with the latest psychology breakthroughs, hit subscribe, your brain will thank you. And if you want to dive deeper into ketamine and esketamine, check out my full video on this topic. You can check it out in the link at the description below.